socials, Valentine's Day, and what didn't Amy steal this week? All this and more on today's Brilliant Observations. Do, 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 do.
That's simple.
Hi, Amy. How are you today?
I'm very well. How are you, my beloved? Melissa. Since we say that to let people know what our names are. Hello, Melissa.
It's an oldie but goodie.
We love Melissa.
I've been better. I've been better. I've seen better days. How about that?
I've seen better days. I don't remember the rest of the
I
song.
was hoping you would sing. Thank you.
So I know why this is true, and I don't want to goad you into going there or talking more about it, although it is heavy on my heart and heavy on my mind just about every third hour of the day.
Oh, that's really sweet.
That you are going through a whole bunch of emotional crazy right now. And I just want to open up and give you the opportunity to say as much or as little as you'd like, because we're all friends here. And even though them leechy bitches are coming here to laugh, 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 they still want to know what's going on with you. And I do maintain that even when people are coming looking for lighthearted, give me a laugh, I just don't want to be brought down. God. At the same time, on a selfish level, there's something really compelling being involved in an absolutely authentic story, even if it's tinged with sadness, because you want to hear, you're invested in how things turn out. You're invested. So I don't think that we're going to be doing a disservice to the Yuck 'em Up Club that, something real's happening here. With that,
I'm actually here to serve the Yuck 'em Up Club, if we're being honest. They are my priority. So I just, again, in previous weeks, we've said lead with grace. There's tons of shit going down in my life right now, not the least of which being a parental figure of mine tested way worse on the cognitive study than they ever have before, only identifying the state in which they live.
and that's a lot. There's a lot of humor there because I don't want to really.
I wish you would.
I don't want to belittle the brain trauma,
Right.
but at the same time, what'd you expect? No, I'm being nice. Let's be nice.
No,
Let's
I thought
be
you were
nice.
taking a different tack. I thought you were going to say, well, I know the state where they live, and that's the first thing I'd want to forget because Florida is not a
terrible.
place that I would want to live or even visit anymore. But,
No.
so shit has gone incredibly sideways, and yet I still really look forward to coming here and hearing funny and sharing funny and just being a part of something that's lighter and so much less intense. And I will tell you that the shitty parts, a friend I have is very sick, and the team we have around her, funny people, and thank God for it, because humor is what gets this podcaster through almost everything. Just everything.
Health stuff is the worst stuff when it doesn't work. And you have two incredibly close people in your life, two people with whom you are incredibly close.
I appreciate your grammar.
Thank you, because I hate it.
I appreciate you. I love
Two people with whom you are incredibly close, who are one who is on team I will be the worst health example ever.
Both
Woo!
are. Both are. But yes.
And the other is sort of like, I'm an amateur health worst exemplar.
Yes.
I'm going to see how well I can. I'm going to try to do worse each week on my cognitive, my thinky tanky. Ask me questions, see how I do's. Yeah.
It's really great because there's a point of Alzheimer's, just so you know, where it's everybody else's problem and not yours anymore. Like, I feel like, in the beginning, I've lost words. I've lost a step. I'm not sure I'm where I should be playing this game with my friends. I'm going to ghost people a little bit because I know I'm not myself. Then you hit a point where you don't fucking know what you don't fucking know, and you're just happy-go-lucky and going through the world. And that is the position where everybody else's life sucks and yours like skipping through it now. So that point is almost admirable, covetable, or desired to be reachable, because at least that person's not suffering anymore. Fuck everybody else, but that person's not suffering.
Well, I was going to say something else, but it's interesting the way you phrased it. That person's not suffering anymore. They can suffer if you're not careful. I know only very little about this. One extended family member who's not even blood relation to me went through this. So I got to see firsthand a little bit. And then that would always lead me to any time in popular culture when there would be movies or documentaries or clinical studies or anything, I would always light to it and want to read and understand and see it and absorb it. And the truth is, folks with any level of dementia still remain true to their feelings. Your feelings never go away. So when you feel happy, it doesn't matter that you don't know why you're happy. And the converse is true. If you feel sad, you don't know why you're sad, but you're still fucking sad. So, folks with dementia in communities where they would watch movies, where the content of the movie was just a little sad or brought the room down, would remain sad for many hours after and not know why. They would just go through with sadness. So, focus on the opposite. You can make somebody really, really happy with some fucking childlike lies that it doesn't matter, because in their world, all you're doing is now you're working with a person on an emotional level, on a feelings level. You don't need to worry about the thoughts anymore, because the thoughts don't fucking matter. And I've been saying this to you for a long time, that thoughts don't fucking matter, that you make your own reality. So this is perfect for us. All you have to do is live the way you wanna, because truth and facts and reality is gone when you have dementia. All you have is, money and people that care about you, go to make sure you're not hurt and sick and all the rest of that stuff. But yeah, you checked all those boxes. So now you get to do things like, we're going on a bear hunt, because we really are, because you are the best bear hunter in the world. Let's go. And all you're doing is going to the supermarket.
Two things there. One, money does buy happiness. I mean,
Yes, ma'am.
I've been taught my whole life that money does not buy you happiness, but money buys you good health care. A health care is security.
lying.
Security is happiness.
Yeah.
Like, I can draw all lines from money to happiness. And if you don't have one, I can't imagine how you could have the other. I'm so sorry.
That's very true.
It's against everything I've been taught, but it is true to me. And the other, I find with memory things, the one universal, enjoyable, always can reach you is music. You said movies. I find music touches the folds of your brain that aren't being used, haven't been used, or are damaged, still hits the same way. So I said this to my daughter. I said, when Nana was like not even really with us, and she was just the lump in the chair, and then we would still go visit and prop her up, and as little kids we would prop you up, the whole thing. I would put on like Tony Orlando and play Tie a Yellow Ribbon Around, and you would see not just Nana, but like the rest of the slump room, which is where you just wheeled everybody in their
Jesus, why do you have
polyester
terrible
pants.
real names for things? That's the word.
Their
Don't call
polyester
that.
pants
That's too
and their
sad.
fashion jewelry coming out, their clip-on earrings. And once the music started, toes would tap. You would see like people's appendages would move that haven't moved in years. So for me, the study is really music. So for a while, they had an Alexa in their house that was hooked up to my family's request for Alexa. We signed on with ours.
Make a set list, yes.
So we would say, hey, Alexa, because we have Siri in our house. Now she's going to answer me. I'm on the phone. Shh, don't talk. But we would talk to Alexa. We would ask her to play music like Elvis for my mother, and it would play their show tunes. I wanted them to love Hamilton, so we would play the Hamilton soundtrack, and it just plays in their kitchen, and they didn't understand how that worked, or that we were the ones who did it, because we're mean. Because we're mean. Playing Elvis out of nowhere. One for the money, two for the show, and my mother's like,
What is happening?
She thought that's exactly what I needed to hear today. Excellent. You guys are crazy, and we're fucking with you.
That's why I love folks with dementia, because I feel like they are living how I am moving toward living now, which is instead of leading with the cognitive, You're leading with the physiological. You're leading with the animalistic, the innate. You're leading with the gut, the feeling,
Is
the
that
force,
the
the
id?
spirit.
That's the id.
I
that
don't
you're
know.
leading with?
Give me a name. Sure. I don't know any. I don't read any of those fucking books. There's people who love all that stuff and read it. I don't know. But if I did, I'd know more about this shit. I'm just telling you from lived experience how it is and how it works. And so that's why I think it's kind of exciting for folks who are in dementia. It is heartbreaking for the folks who are not, because you still have a relationship with the person who has gone away, and you have to make a new relationship with the essence of the person that's presenting now. And that's heartbreaking. It's gutting and heartbreaking, but it's also kind of exciting because you can fashion a completely different connection with this person, and you're still connected. They're still here. They're in a physical body. They're in a spiritual body with you and can talk and move and express their feelings and have memories and have emotions and, you know, be glad to see you or meet you for the first fucking time.
Every
even though
time?
they gave birth to you. Yeah,
Right.
I mean, it's, you do have to set aside the true legitimate heartbreak of that long kiss goodbye, that you're always hanging on to memories, you know. But I want to jump all the way into the deep end of the ocean of what's this new thing now. So it's very hard.
So I've discovered that just being a caregiver is even harder than being the sick one. Even though testing negative for COVID over and over, I got my ass beat handed to me after our trip. I'm still at the tail end of it right now. I had to cancel a visit to my girlfriend going through chemo because I can't share with her the joy that is falling out of every orifice of my face. But being a caregiver is really probably one of the hardest gigs out there. So I'd like to send a little love, respect, and appreciation to those who spend their days caring for somebody else. And you may do that by doing their shopping, by walking their dogs, by doing whatever you're doing, by going out with Amy and watching her not steal something this week. And I would like to know, Amy, what did you refrain from stealing this week? Don't lie.
Do you happen? I don't ever, if I can help it. And once I do lie and realize I have, I go back and tell you that was a lie, and I try to fix it. Do you remember where I was when I
I'm going to
texted
tell you
that?
I think
Because
it's
I don't remember what I didn't steal.
I think it's chicken. Does that ring a bell?
Oh my
anywhere?
God, those fuckers! Oh my God, those fuckers! I didn't steal shit because I had a grossly incompetent supermarket man checking me out, meaning running me through the checkout lane. Right? I was there by myself. I thought to myself, okay, self,
Yeah.
this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity for you to get some free chicken. Because the chicken happened to be on sale.
Yeah.
Okay? So boneless, skinless chicken breasts back down to $1.99 a pound, which is a who cares price. That's what they always were for the history of chicken. And now in America, right now, in the land of billionaire greed, chicken costs like $60 million a slice. Okay, so here they had these big long sheets.
Chicken.
They had these big long chicken sheets, and I thought, I'm gonna fuck these chickens up because this
Your
bitch in my house,
chicken
this
sheet.
child in my house, he's starting to eat chicken for goddamn breakfast.
Yeah, it's part
Okay?
of his protein.
He doesn't like breakfast foods, so rather than having him rely on bars and shakes, which I don't feel like that's
Fair.
another story.
Yep.
I mean, let's eat let's eat other animals. Hey, that's got to be healthy.
About food.
So
yeah.
I'm trying to make the lights. So, chicken for breakfast. I need more chicken. Chicken's on sale. I'm buying this chicken. Woo! So I put it underneath the cart, and it is a cart. I don't care where you live. It's not a buggy. Don't come at me with your buggy. If you're okay, good. Everybody down here calls it a buggy.
It's not a buggy.
Have you ever heard this?
I mean,
Is this gross to you, or have you heard it?
like there's this stroller pram buggy thing also, but it's a fucking shopping cart. Cart
No.
for short.
No. Would you get a buggy? And they mean they mean a grocery
Yeah,
cart.
I've heard it at Publix, but I ignore it because it's stupid, and that's what I try
Yeah.
to do is ignore stupid
It's like
things.
people that want to call a knit cap a toboggan. I'm like, it's a fucking sled. We've covered this before.
That is a
Stick to the
fucking
chicken.
sled. Yeah.
Stick
okay.
to the chicken. All right.
back to
okay,
the
so
car.
stick to the. Here we are. Back to the car. So we stick on the chicken, and I put a couple of flats of this chicken sheet underneath my cart.
Chicken sheet.
Right?
Yes.
You know how they have that undercarriage for your unmentionables? So that's where I put the stuff because I don't want the
Cases
rest
of
my food
things.
to get
Yeah.
contaminated, right? So I put it down up and under there. Then I had all my stuff in the thing. And this well-meaning yet frankly, never make an employee of the month style person was checking me out and doing his boop, 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 void, fix, boop. It was just taking a while, right? It was taking a while. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to breathe in. I'm going to breathe out. The universe brought me this moment.
That's
Toast
what
theory.
that goes through my head when you say that. When I sit there and I'm like, you're writing a fucking check. All right, well, the universe is preventing me from getting teabagged on
toast
the yes.
theory. The
Okay.
reason this man is wasting my fucking time is because if I raced out of here right on time and if he was Speedy McGee, then in the parking lot, I'd get into an accident. Or somebody needs me to be standing here for some reason right now so something else can happen. So I said, boop, boop. And after all this, I'm starting to feel like my chicken discount went up. It went up because he's distracted and my time is taken and chicken on sale. And Jesus wants me to have the chicken. That's why I have so much under the cart.
Jesus
the whole
chicken.
thing.
Love it.
So he gets to the part where he's like, and he tells you the number that's higher than you want.
That you weren't expecting.
And I look at him and I think for a moment, what kind of person am I?
Did he get my chicken?
What kind of person am I?
I'm a good person who's honest and
You
respectable.
is smart.
You
You
is
is
impotent.
You is not a crook or thief.
Did you get my
Just-
chicken flats?
I say, just letting you know there's chicken under the cart. And he went, oh. Reverse the and now all of a sudden, because then they had to get my 17 flats of chicken that I was trying to get. But you know what? It's all good because I didn't steal that fucking chicken, even though everything in the world conspired for me to steal it. How easy was it to steal that fucking chicken? He's not looking. He don't care. He take too long.
Simmentov and Mazel Tov. We are congratulating you on not stealing chicken. That is fantastic.
You're singing. I know you're not singing cinnamon toast.
That's what
Cinnamon
my kids.
toast.
That's what my kids used to sing when they were little. Cinnamon toast and Mazel toast. Yes, it's just saying Mazel. Like, good job for not stealing. We are grateful for your honesty.
Mazel toast. I want mazel toast. Why are we not making mazel toast irons that you can put a special toaster? They make those Mickey toasts. Why don't you make mazel toast?
That's
Come
a
on.
great marketing idea. You're a genius. Let's do
I
it.
would buy it, and I'm not even Jewish.
We'll put it in our store. That's what we'll do. We'll open a store.
Yeah.
Right.
Give me more things to do. I want them. I'm doing so well with the list I have.
So last week's podcast came out and there was feedback. So much so that a former editor of ours had to pick up the phone and
What?
call to say,
No.
Melissa, what?
What did we do wrong?
Wrong.
What did we do right?
He said, I'm confident you heard me laughing out loud
Stop it.
and I
I
wanted
don't
to
even
let
remember what
you
the
know.
fuck we talked about. Tell me.
We-
Remind me.
We talked about our conference visit. We talked about
Oh,
our
God bless the
incontinence
Jesus.
visit. We talked about all of our experiences at our trip to a conference. And John Buchanan would like to discuss it. I'm sure he'd like to discuss it with you as well. And
I
yes.
miss that John Buchanan. John Buchanan. He's so good. He's so good. I was thinking about him at that conference because there was a lot of them mans there. You're at these conferences, and where we go, it tends to be mostly ladies. So the dudes stand out in a way that they must love. But at the same time, there's only like 6 of them in the whole fucking thing, right? So, and I kept looking. I'm like, hey, I know you. But then I was busy, so I didn't say any hello. Back to John.
well,
Tell me.
even those guys who are not coming for our conference, who are going for another one, were like, there's an entire room of estrogen. I should just pop over and say hi, don't you think? So that was fun
And they
to
have
watch.
snacks. Yes.
That
And they
was
have
fun.
disco. Yes. Okay.
That was enjoyable. But all I got was just feedback. Well, there was the John feedback and then just feedback of laughter. People thought that I guess me leaving the family bathroom and your entrance of every other room was beyond funny, and they too wet themselves with laughter. So I got a lot of thank yous and a lot of that was too funny. So that just probably made the best of episodes that we will put together for sometime in
Good,
the
'cause I-
summer when Amy is sitting on my deck with me and I am too high and she is too drunk and we're looking at the boardwalk saying, that looks like something we should do right now. let's nap first. So that's
the first thing that we're going to do is that after Melissa helps me get this lighting situation figured out. For those who are only listening and not watching on our TikTok channel or any of the other socials where we're posting some behind the scenes video of us recording this episode, and this may get cut out for all I know from our crackerjack producer, Missy McMissington. Okay. So
I
she's
became
going to
Irish.
teach me.
I love it. Yeah.
See, look at now the lights. When the lights go down in the office. It's the wrong. I hit all the wrong notes there. Okay, my office, from which I'm so sick of your grammar. I am recording today.
I'm so thrilled you're appropriate.
Such
it's
an
great.
irritant. It's such an irritant. It makes my skin crawl. Okay, I'm ringed with windows because I designed this office. And oh my God, this doesn't even matter. But I'm going to go on more of a tangent. Guess what I figured out? Woo! There is a money spot in your house, and I don't mean perverted, because money spot in porno means like the bing, bing. Okay, so there's a money
bing,
spot in your house, and it is when you walk through your front door, it is the furthest left in the back. Go all the way to the end of your house and to the left, and that's where your office is too, now that I think about it. It is.
It is.
That's where my office is. All the energy that flows from feng shui, all the energy that flows through the door is designed to go in feng shui. It wants to go,
To the left?
Feng shui, all the way to that money location, to that money corner in your house. And there's things that you can do to accentuate it, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so mine happens to be my office anyway. And the way I have it set up, didn't even know. All my shit is perfectly set up to capture and make this money my biatch. Boop! So I had the feng shui's in me. I got the feng shui in me. I was telling you something more important about all this before we started. Oh, it was the lights. Shut it. It was the lights.
Go down.
This whole room is ringed with windows, and we record to you in the morning time. So I get beautiful light in here, but the way the computer wants to capture me by looking at me, it's like, is it dark? Is it light? Is it light? Is it dark? Is it dark? Is it dark? I'm not sure. Who's talking? I'm going to focus my light on who's talking and spotlight that person. Dark, 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 light, dark, 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 dark. So as I'm talking to you in this frenetic, soon to be cut out, bullshit, boring way, my face is going dark, black. So I'm like the FBI silhouetter. And then she's on the right side going, and what did you do then?
Is this the single light bulb hanging in the room where I hold you accountable for?
I would have better lighting if it was. I just want to be like these people on TikTok and who they get there and they have these beautiful mics and they have I'm doing this thing with my mic right now.
You don't see those
circles
circles in their eyes. You don't see their ring lights in their eyes when they do that. What did you just say you were sucking?
I'm doing this thing where I'm trying to demonstrate that they have stuff on the tip of the microphone, and instead I'm doing a Tina Turner like, Anyway, go and check it out if you'd like to see a little of that.
I don't even know what to cut out about that.
We're back to the money spot. Okay, so here's what I'm saying. They have like the ABC style. I gotta stop doing this with my hands. They have, I can't talk unless my hands are involved. That's it! She's doing it now. She's jerking off her mic. Okay, so sucking. I think it's sucking off. Okay, are we back to blowjobs again? Hummer is actually a blowjob this whole time?
The whole time.
I thought it was a hand job. So the square
See
mic
also
cover,
episode.
I know. We'll have to find out and tell. You put the thing on the microphone that actually, that's good motion.
The compressor? Are you talking about a compressor? Are you talking about just the film, the wind,
I'm not talking about a windscreen.
A popper?
Or a pop screen. None of these things. I'm just talking about when they identify their show with a piece of marketing placard. They put like a square. Yes. Back in the day, ABC Wide World of Sports. All I'm trying to get at
Kermit the Frog had that too.
Kermit
the Frog here.
Frog. Yes, all I'm trying to tell you is when you have a legitimate show, you put your thing on there and
what
it
are
says,
you saying? What are you
fuckers.
saying? This isn't legitimate.
Hey,
this
fuckers.
is an award-winning
We're
podcast.
super legitimate. Wow! I got the award right here.
This is don't say it's not legit. We have an award-winning podcast right here. And I'd like you to know
great.
that American adults are on all of the socials. And I would like to tell you to what degree they are on all of the socials.
Okay.
What do you think is the social that is most used by adults?
In America,
Sure. Yeah, let's go with that.
Instagram.
It is not.
I vote Instagram.
It is incorrect. Loss
Fuck
of
me.
10,000 points and the money room of your house.
Don't tell me it's Facebook. I don't want it to be Facebook. I really don't want it to be Facebook. Say no. Say no. Say tick 'em, tick 'em, tick 'em, tuck 'em. Tick 'em, tuck 'em.
So,
TikTokin'.
according to Pew Research, pew, YouTube is the most percentage use, is the most used by adults in the U.S. It is
I think
83% of adults use YouTube regularly.
okay, that's we got two things that we want to talk about with this data.
Yeah.
Two
things.
And the first thing is adults, and the second thing is use. Because all you're talking about is adult is 21 plus, and use simply means accessing YouTube, which is also a television platform. So I no longer count YouTube as a purely social. It's not social media. YouTube is a TV distribution channel properly. You can watch YouTube Red. You can watch fucking network TV on YouTube.
No, we use YouTube TV down at the shore because, well, Comcast didn't even go there, and all the other things had no right. We found
so
the
I
best
think we have
way.
to allow for that. I think we have to allow for that.
But people
And
go
it's
to
critical
YouTube
that
to watch
people-
videos, and they go down a spiral, and they watch 1,000 videos, which leads to another video. And so YouTube, they did consider at Pew Research an appropriate platform for socials and such.
Yeah.
So, number 2, I hope this makes the TikTok that you put out, because you're just flailing your fucking arms, and I need people to see
It
that.
resets the light.
You
it
look
resets the light.
ridiculous.
Fuck you. And I'm getting exercise, which is helpful for my flarms.
68% of adults use Facebook as their
Wait.
used platform for social media.
60 with an O.
68.
70?
Almost 70.
No.
Facebook. We've just
people-
spent
yeah.
our lives saying, no, we're dropping Facebook. It's back.
People who are almost 70 are on Facebook. Not 70% of Americans. Let's check our data.
Are you saying Pew misunderstood or asked the wrong question? Put your fucking arms down before I lunge. So Stuart and I are watching Love on the Spectrum, which is the biggest treasure that is
You are
on.
the worst person.
It is.
Okay.
It is joy, love, and a treasure. And while watching it, there is an expert on autism who meets with, virtually, but meets with these adults who are looking for love on the spectrum and gives them coaches them up a little. It's really sweet and it's really great. And she said to one of them, hey, Tanner, what do you do when something good happens, or to show that you're happy about something? And it's not just Tanner who did it. It's literally all of them. They all put their hands up in a victory. It is the sweetest, cutest thing I've ever seen. And I like watching unlikely animal friends, sweet and cute. But they all just
You're probably a 10,000-pound sister's friend, aren't you?
I am. And
You're so mean.
and I have to tell you, we were just shocked by 10,000 pounds. I think it's 1,000-pound sisters and not 10,000.
Yeah, 10,000 would be a lot
That's
unless
too
there
much.
was 10 sisters. But
That's
still, that's
too
many.
much. There are 7 siblings in this family, and they're all over 500 pounds, and they are all having this surgery, and they are all getting married. And that was one of the memes that really got me on socials this year. It said something like,
I'm not doing it. It's not me. Okay, the behind the scenes of this is fucking crazy. So all I'm trying to say
I
is
just
if you
broke
have never
3
been,
topics, and I'm not finishing any of them.
if you have never been on fucking Ticker Talker, and this is your formal, if she's laughing so hard she's doing the soundless laugh. Okay, if you've never been on a ticket to the ticket, a tick tick, a talkie, you don't stop. Come on over, because this content is so stupid and bad. It will remind you why people waste their time on, what are you doing with the feed now? This whole time, I just want to point out to you, Okay, guys. Before we get back, I'm going to cover while she's laughing. Okay, so here's the other thing that happens. Every single time that we record these for you, all of this time without the video, we have been doing this the whole time. So I'm 100% listening to my friend with my full intention and attention. The whole time she's talking, okay? But now you can see how we really act, okay? So this is really what's been going on behind the scenes. I'm doing a lot of this stuff. So shit that doesn't really sound that funny because we're talking, it's typically because a lot of this is going on to try and balance out. Look, I look like one of them monkeys.
I actually edit better than that, so you shouldn't even hear that. But yes, that does happen.
Okay, you're great. All right, back to you and the autistic people.
How do you tell people that you're happy? How is somebody you're talking to going to know that when you're having a conversation with them, it's going well and you like it? His answer was, I put my arms up in the air. Like, dear listener, it's the sign for victory. If you work out, you do Y to W, Y to W. This one's just the Y, right? You put your arms straight up in the air like a Y. And
I'm so excited for to do this now. I would adopt this now. And I'm doing it in solidarity with the rest of humanity. Woo! It's the motion that you do when you make that sound, but do it without the sound. And you just go.
So
I can't do it without
I'm
sound.
sitting on
Everything
the
with
couch
me is
last
sound.
night, and I think I've discussed with dear listener that I medicate to sleep. So at like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, I will take some THC to take the edge off, especially as a caregiver. I know that weed has been given to patients, but as caregivers, I would like to really recommend going ahead and partaking in some of the stash yourself. I'm sitting there, and after hearing him state that, I see him on a date, and he's having a good time, and he's walking down a hill. You just see the back of these two people, and out of nowhere, Tanner puts his arms up in the air because he's having a good time, and he throws a Y right out there at the zoo, and I just felt so good. Could have been the THC, but it also could have been.
No, that is beyond charming and super excited.
So
and not
sweet.
Not at all what I thought that show would be about based on the title.
Amazing.
So I'm actually grateful
It's so amazing
that you gave me that little bit of tidbit, because I was worried from the title that this was a predatory situation.
It's so
and that's
beautiful.
the wrong word for it, but that it was a manipulative, taking advantage of, right? That it was, I'm like, I don't want any part of that. And instead, it sounds like it's just legit. Hey, here's a category of humans who may struggle more than most to find and sustain love.
Socially,
so let's actually,
right. Yeah.
Let's actually maybe investigate ways to address that.
Facilitate.
Okay, I'm
they
in.
support them with a therapist who says, how did it make you feel? And how do you, a lot of it for me sitting on that couch, some nights high as a kite, listening to question after question, because it's this
Gets intense,
situation is more of a, we don't read social cues well. And I can ask you if you like animals because I'm curious, but you don't have to say, do you like bears? Do you like lions? Do you like parrots? Do you like snakes? Do you like birds? Do you like, and literally name 7,000 animals, to the point where I'm not sure if it's me being high or this episode where I turn to my partner and I say, is this really happening right now?
Bears?
Or
Do you like snakes?
Or is it over and over and over, like 30,
like
40, 50? You got owls? Yeah.
I'm just trying to say, I feel like there's some tips for me in this show. If they're helping you, like you don't understand social cues, I'm like, I need to, maybe this is also going to work for me.
Such a good show. Highly endorse, recommend. Go watch Love on the Spectrum. It's so beautiful. And
Love on the rocks.
Ain't no big
Ain't no big
surprise.
surprise.
Pour me a drink. And I love Neil Diamond.
Lies.
All right, so that was one dog leg I took. Back to socials. It was YouTube, Facebook, Instagram came in at 47%. I think the next one is going to surprise you. What's the next one?
TikTok.
It's not.
It's not even on. It cannot be X. I'm not going to call it. Oh, I did call it the wrong
You
thing. I was
did,
thinking
actually.
Threads.
I wrote Twitter.
I was fucking Threads. I keep getting all of these alerts
and
for fucking
Mastodon
Threads.
and
I'm like,
whatever.
Stop it.
It's not. It's Pinterest.
WhatsApp. Oh no, I'm told this all the time and I still refuse to believe it.
Yes and yes. Yeah. That was my reaction. I'm like, this is not the first time I've heard this, and still no. How is Pinterest still so high at 35%? What?
Because it started as a style-focused platform,
right?
Homeware and craft, how-to, menus, homekeeping, more of a catalog and a referral kind of a situation,
right?
Where you would go there to, it was a kind of a Google search, but it was a curated Google search. I'm looking for X. And for people who don't use like Houzz or Architectural Digest or I don't list 1,000 things, any of the other fucking socials to find cool stuff that you didn't know you needed, on Pinterest you can stumble into communities really quickly for Etsy and for, you know, the Joanne Fabrics Michaels crowd, and for the, you know, Cooking Light Hobby Lobby Weight Watchers crowd. And for the what to pack in your capsule wardrobe crowd. On TikTok, fully 20% of the content that I see every day are creators telling me to get on Pinterest because that's where the money is. Literally, that's where the money is. You go there, you set up an online business, and people will buy it because there's a large section that started there and saw no reason to leave. I think that's how these work. You find the platform that works for you, and if you're not drawn to another platform just because it exists,
you stay and
you
play.
keep getting what you need from Pinterest. You keep getting what you need from Facebook until the platform itself really changed. You keep getting what you need from Instagram. You keep getting what you need from TikTok. So you find the one that actually fits what you're doing, and I think that Pinterest fits profiles a lot of people.
So it's 35%, but to your point, just below it at 33% is TikTok. So is it weird? Is it weird that this answer is recently done as early as February 1st? That TikTok is only 33% of adults. You didn't think it was more?
Is it adults in America?
Yeah.
It's limited to, it's not weird at all because in America, TikTok is so maligned and downplayed and threatened, litigated against because people in America at a systemic level can't monetize it, right? So, yeah, it does represent a challenge from a security standpoint in that it is owned by a government that we don't have good relationships with, by a private entity that we have no communication with.
Or power over. America doesn't really negotiate or play along unless they've got power in the game.
We don't have any power over Meta either. We don't have any power over any of that stuff either. What we do have are financial ties to and an ability to manipulate, right? So the government has not shut down anything that was going on, even when it's proven disastrous and proven to alter governments, to topple regimes and kill people around the world. And our answer is, gosh, I'm so sorry for what you've endured, kids. Like, we just don't. So I'm just cynical enough to think that all of social media is a private entity and it's a business. And in the commerce state of America, a lot of folk are tied to and vested in the financial ups and downs of Meta, but not of TikTok. There's national security issues in everything that we do, down to the fucking traffic lights. Like, there's a lot of things going on in our world that we are blithely and blissfully unaware of. And I want to keep it that way because I like laughing in my TikTok videos. Welcome to America.
Merca. After TikTok came LinkedIn. Oh, there she goes. V formation.
I used to be such a devotee of LinkedIn. I'm not even fucking on it anymore. I hate it. Yeah.
Do you get an update though? Every once in a while I get an email that says your information has appeared in 26 searches. And I'm like,
I have trauma about LinkedIn. I was very, very heavy active user on LinkedIn and connected to thousands of people.
I think it's really perfect for you as a person because of your desire for stars and for connections.
No. Honestly, I in the clientele that I served, this person knows 5 people. So once you connect with one, you've connected with 6, right? So that's how it works. And it got really big and unwieldy. And when I sold my company and took a big pivot and started working on other things, I spent less and less time there. And then I came to find out that someone had manipulated my LinkedIn presence without my consent. And it felt so ickifying
Yeah.
that it's just been taken down and I haven't gone back. And I've lost business over it because I've had people reach out to me and say, I can't find you on LinkedIn. Thank goodness you didn't change your phone number. Thank goodness I still have your email. So whatever, whoever needs to find me is going to find me. And if it was that critical, I would go out and promote myself. But LinkedIn is another kind of Wild West for professionals. And it's turned into, in the beginning, it was a great alternative to the traditional Rolodex. And now, like everything else, even like Pinterest, it is a commerce platform. I have been hired by clients to write content for LinkedIn, paid content that they post as their own and don't claim it as paid. So just know that everything that you're reading there, it's a promotional platform. It's an advertising
Are
platform.
you saying that authenticity on the internet is rare? Are you
Part
saying
of why I hate this medium
and have a
not for me.
job? Also part of why you have a job. Yeah. After that was WhatsApp, Snapchat, Twitter, Reddit, and then 3%.
I'm surprised Snapchat is so low.
I
thought
am
Snapchat
too.
would have been higher than LinkedIn.
But it does say adults, and it is really our kids that are so to Snapchat and sucked up to that. It was, but I thought these were really interesting numbers. I was also told this week that you need to take an opportunity to let your brain rot a little, to have complete downtime. And I said, do you mean play fishdom? Is that what you mean? Because if that's what you mean, then yes,
That's not brain rot. Fishdom is not brain rot. I am a very valued member of my team, number one.
In
And
the
secondly,
world?
In the world. And I'm here to tell you, put a finger up if you're awesome, number one. Put a finger up if people rely on you in fishdom. Put a finger up if you're really fucking good at it. Put a finger up if it's actually stimulating cognitive brain function. Put a finger up and fuck you. I have all these things with fishdom. Don't tell me it's a waste of my time. And I'm also trying to maybe not play it as much as I used to because it's all
Rotting
these
my
time
brain.
studies tell you. Well, no, you're all these time studies that are telling you that when you look back on your life, if you had a list, a catalog of where you spent your time, you know how you have your phone usage and
That
it shows you
bitch
this
tells
much
me, fuck
storage.
her. Right.
This much went to photos. This much went to music. This went to texting. This went to video or whatever you were doing, right? In the grid of in the bar chart of my life, that's going to show how much time I spent on fishdom versus things like, I don't know, washing your body, going for a walk outside,
Drying
being
your
with friends and
hair.
family, accomplishing life's purpose, creative vision, making the world a better place. Those things are still real small bars.
Real,
They're
real.
real small. And then
Real small.
the fishdom is like. So I'm just aware. I'm having awareness about fishdom, but also you guys should try it because it's really fun. It's great. I've almost beaten every single level. I'm almost at the total top.
That's
So.
almost impressive.
It's super sad when you think about it.
No, I think it's
Continuing
delightful.
on.
It's part of your charm. Did you watch the Grammys?
No, I hate those shows. I don't like call-in shows. I don't like the unpredictability. I'm always on heightened, really, really. I'm trying to think of another word than traumatic. I have like a fight flight response when people walk up to the microphone because I just don't know what they're going to say. And
They
I
don't
can't
either
watch it.
half the time.
It's just Charlie Brown with the fucking. I don't want to see him lose again. I can't
Oh, with the
watch it.
football? You can't watch Lucy pull the
can't.
football again?
No, I can't. I can't.
I have that same ick feeling about that, but when I see Jay-Z get up and say things that only Kanye would say, like some of you are going to feel like you got robbed. You did. And some of you don't even belong in your category. And some of you, and then I'm just looking at him like, is this
Who authorized you
to speak?
to speak the truth that is not appropriate?
Are he
That's
and
not
Kanye
nice.
really close? Did Beyonce approve this? What is happening right now? It was very disturbing. I saw the media try to make a really big deal about Taylor Swift getting her I mean, getting 4 best whatever. Yep. Good for you. Celine Dion gave it to her. She ripped it from her hands and they were hugging backstage. Stop trying to create shit because you think that she is trying to get her boyfriend to win the Super Bowl so that she can endorse Joe Biden at the 50-yard line. Sell crazy somewhere else. We are all full up here in America. Sell it elsewhere, full up.
I would love to think that the folk who are so truly invested in that kind of thought,
Craziness.
I would love to think that they are actively manipulating the conversation away from something else. That in fact, this is part of a larger scheme that they are doing to distract from X or Y or Z or A or B or C. My hand itches. That's what I'm doing. I'm not waving. So anyway, I would love to think that they are thoughtfully manipulating us. But instead, I perceive that they have been Illuminatified into the Pizzagate rabbit hole, where they think things that are not connected are connected.
I saw it first.
I send love. I send love and light. I send love and clarifying light.
Let's do it.
Frankly, I'm throwing you a rope from the other side of wherever you are in Poltergeist and saying, don't run to the light, Carol Ann. Grab the rope. I'm going to pull you shit out, right? Because what you're looking at is not serving you. It's not serving you. And time was you had critical thinking. Time was you had an ability to pull back from things that didn't feel right. I just told you I spent 10 years actively walking toward things that didn't feel right in my body every day, physically harming myself, physically, every day. Lack of sleep. I would keep going to it. My brain kept telling me, something ain't right about this. I can feel something ain't right about this, but I'm going to do it. Ignoring my animal instincts, moving toward the wrong thing. It's possible for very smart people to find themselves inexplicably in the wrong place. And it's also possible for them to come back out. So extradite yourself.
Extricate yourself.
All of it.
Okay.
Illuminate yourself.
Illuminate possibilities.
Pull back from where you are. Take a step back and say, okay, all right. There's another way to look at this.
Do you remember that scene?
I'm gonna look at it that way.
In Armageddon, where they're drilling on that meteor that's coming at them, and they have to drill in, and they're like, "Oh no! The last time somebody drilled this far, it blew up." Pull back. I'm asking, when you are approaching the crazy, like you are approaching the level of nitrogen inside this rock, heading towards the earth, pull back. You've heard your own voice say, this logo is made up of the colors of the 2 winning teams because it's in a fix, and the 2 teams will be, nope, those aren't the teams. Move on. And now Taylor Swift, you know this is not the case. You are smarter than this. Amy's right. Pull back. Stop drilling into this. Stop pushing this narrative forward. It's not a thing. Thank you very much. The more you know.
And my favorite part is that not a single fucking person who needs to hear this will ever hear it because they don't listen to this show. Because we already started out saying things like, I love you to other people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. People are suffering in the world. Fuck that. Okay. This is not a show for me. I have spread, however, the that's not for me theory with 2 other people, and it is really catching on because it is so easy to see a situation that could take you down, raise you up, whatever it is okay to say, that's not for me. Or, as Amy likes to say, this is for me. Give me more of that.
For me.
It's the joy.
That's for me.
That's for me.
That's mine. Gets for me.
That's
for me. Money's always coming in. I don't even know why. It just flows to me instantly and effortlessly. That's for me. Woo! I love it. It's
Amy,
excellent. I love getting unexpected money, and it happens all the time. I love it.
Amy, do you have a junk drawer?
Well, you mean just the one?
You see where I'm going. Do you have a junk drawer?
I do. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I do.
Is it in the kitchen?
Yes.
Is that the only place you have a junk drawer?
Yes. I have lots of junk, but we have
We like it out.
We have one.
We don't put it in
we
drawers.
We have one loosely categorized drawer in the kitchen that is what somebody would call a junk drawer, but it has dividers in it, and there are like items in each section of the dividers, and it's not as well kept as I would like. But that would be a catch-all drawer. If you're holding something and a person is arriving at the house and you don't know where to put, oh, wait, no. If that's the case, I would walk around into we have like a little mudroom area, so that I built in those floor to ceiling. It's kind of like a locker. So you
Cubbies,
have,
yeah.
the whole thing is, cubbies. So everybody has a little pole where they can hang up hangers and hang up their clothes, and they have a shelf above, and they have a seat, and then there's a drawer that pulls out below, and then a space for a basket underneath. The drawer that you pull out in all those all the cubbies are beyond junkified. It looks like a reseller's dream in there. And then if you were to open up the drawer, you would find things from like 2002. You would find things from other families. You probably would find some foodstuffs. If you're looking for it, it's in there. It's bad scene. It's a bad scene. It is the worst possible. Yep, that area is disgusting for sure. I don't even go there. No, I don't hang my clothes. I put my clothes in a different place. I don't even use it.
Do you come in a different door to avoid that room altogether?
Yep. I never use that door. Don't even use it. We've graduated to the point where we don't even use that garage. So yeah, it's and the garage has become junk. We got a lot of junk. We've actually learned that we've lived here long enough now. I still feel like we built this house. Blah, blah, blah. We've been here long enough that we need a fire to clean us out, because when the kids started going away to college, that's when you look around and like, what the fuck is this? Like, you just got so much stuff. Then I heard myself say the most brilliant thing I've ever said in the history of humanity, right? And I take the full credit for it.
Go ahead.
Having a play fight with my husband and child, the one who remains. And they keep doing their thing where I'm going to get a dumpster and we're just going to drag this shit out.
Yeah, that made me really nervous last
last
time.
I'm like, you can fuck yourself because I'm not going to fuck you because you can't fuck yourself. So anyway, I'm getting so mad. I'm like, blah, 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 stay off it. And I said, because I was asking him to carry shit up to the attic. We have a walk-up attic, which means we have stairs that go. Stop it, Sanford son. So stop it. I hope we get sued for copyright infringement for your rude little joke. You know I won't pay it. All right, Lamont. So here's what happens. I said, carry this shit upstairs. You know how easy it is to carry upstairs when it's a set of fucking stairs? You don't have to pull down a ladder. You don't have to get fucking crafty. Open a door. Walk up a full flight of steps. It's regular steps with a railing. It's easy. Put it upstairs. The attic is the full breadth of the house. The full footprint of the house is the complete attic. I got a lot of storage up there. And it occurred to me when I said it that way, when they were arguing, why carry it upstairs? I should carry it to the curb, right? They were arguing, instead of going up the steps, I should go down the steps and out to the street and put this in the trash.
Don't put it down, put it away. Don't put it down, put it away. Yes.
So we were having a meat fight over this, and I finally said to them, listen up, dick. Ooh. Listen up, dick. We built that attic for, say it with me, storage. So fucking store it and shut up. What did we build it for? To keep it empty? I have a giant attic, and I like to keep it pristinely clean.
That's ridiculous.
You know what? I built it to put shit up there.
Yes.
Till I know what to do with it. So when I have this furniture that some stupid cracker going to come at me 2 years from now and say, can I have money to buy furniture? I'm like, no, go up in the attic, shop my attic, take the bed, take the furniture, take the bullshit you said you didn't want. Because guess what? You're taking it now. Take it. That's what the storage is for.
That red sofa that was in your garage for years.
I got to be honest, it's still in the garage. I would love to tell you I got rid of it. It's still there. And now I actually got another white sofa that I put out there too, that I got from a neighbor. It's a sofa. It's a brand new sofa. She was moving, and I thought my son would want it in his apartment. Turns out his roommate came with 2 sofas, so he didn't need it. But somebody gonna need that sofa, Melissa.
Next
and
semester.
I'm gonna have it.
Yep.
I'll be the person to give it. I'll be the person to give that sofa. And then where will you be? You'll all be singing my cheers. You'll be singing my cheers that time.
I sing your cheers now. My kid's probably going to go to law school in North Carolina, and she is going to want that fucking couch.
Yeah,
she's going to want that immediately.
I got 2 dining tables with chairs, beds upstairs, all of it. All of it.
I feel like
I got a lot.
I feel like I'm running my life these past few weeks like a junk drawer. Like I just have the bandwidth to just collect all things and not disseminate where they should go or where things should happen. I have, a friend who's got some legal issues, and the legal issues are for 5 different types of lawyers. And LA law doesn't exist where you could walk into a really reputable firm and say, can you do custody? Can you do malpractice? Can you do
We need suits. Yeah.
Mike Ross. I need suits. I need a full practice that does everything and wants no money. Whatever happened to pro bono? Can we get back to that for a hot second? It's like it almost doesn't exist anymore, be it medicine, law, whatever it is. Anyone want to reach out for free legal advice or do a will?
You are doing the Lord's work in supporting this friend. It's the friend who has cancer, has some legal trouble as well, largely protecting herself and her child for what for every human is inevitable, which is that we won't be here. The only question in her case is how long does she have? So the legal trouble is making sure that everything is done the right way. You have swooped in like a fairy fucking asteroid.
I can't afford
comet
5 lawyers.
On fire.
I mean,
nobody's expecting you to even swoop in, let alone to pay for any of it. But the fact that you have stood up for this friend in ways that she did not have the capacity to stand up for herself when healthy, and certainly cannot do now when debilitated by illness, is so crazy and fantastic and magnanimous. What I want to get back to is, regardless of the outcome of that stuff, I want you to be very proud of your junk drawer life. In the iPhone storage usage chart of your life, there's going to be a section that says giving love to others, making the world a better place, doing important work. And then there's going to be housekeeping. There's going to be housekeeping. Right?
Land shark.
There's going to be spare files and papers. There's going to be dog kibble on the kitchen floor. And you know what? If that part was handled, the other bars would diminish. When people say you can't have it all, you can. You can have it all at the expense of one or many things. And I don't want you to put yourself on the chopping block in order to make up something, a clean kitchen floor, in order to have the paper that you need to get your hand on in the office instantly available to you. Those things are not more important to me than you.
I'm so glad you phrased it that way, because I have something to share with you.
Uh-oh.
In my house, I have an iRobot.
Yeah, Brenda.
We have her at the Shore House, too. She is the bane of my dog's existence because she's
a little noisy.
She's noisy.
She's kind of noisy and intrusive.
She's very intrusive. And they're dogs. They're not smart enough to get on the couch. Let it happen, right?
She doesn't stop.
Is that you running into walls?
She's a needy little whore. Yeah.
Well, It happened this year. It hasn't really snowed here in 2 years to like a really bad situation. And we got a good 6 inches in our backyard. It was freezing. It starts to melt. 6 inches in your backyard. Nice, Melissa.
Wow.
You made the gesture. I did the verbiage. It's fair. Don't look embarrassed. I saw your face. And if you want, I could see it much closer.
I'm just trying to say 6 inches is not that great. But okay, continuing on.
So the snow melts and the dogs still go outside in puddles and piles and they still wrestle in it and it's still fucking gross, and they come inside and they have trashed the shit out of our floors. And we have the iRobot who likes to go around with her little brushes and doesn't really, when it's mud all over the floor, it doesn't really make the difference you want it to. And at some point, even though you don't,
smears the shit.
It does. It kind of, you've seen the diaper that got caught once in an robot going around the floor. It's hilarious and disgusting. Well, my husband got his Woot for the day or the week.
You have to say what this is because you think it's a thing. It's, first of all, it's invented. It's a made up thing. It's not a real thing.
It is a real
Number
thing.
two,
It is not.
nobody knows what it is. And number three, who had the time to fucking go on Amazon every morning to see like, hey, let's see what they have today. Boop.
I think
Like, that's a lot.
I think if you open up your TikTok first thing in the morning as you sit on the toilet, you could just as easily open up the Woot app, which is an app.
Don't talk about my life, Melissa.
Like it's the Woot app is an Amazon company, and I think they just have like shit that fell off trucks this week, and they sell it at very discounted prices. For example, some things I have acquired on Woot. One is my inversion table, and I love her. She's great. She lets me flip upside down and stretch out my back a little. Big fan. Well, my husband saw the mop version of his iRobot on Woot. And to say 24 hours passed and we own that mop would not be a lie.
How is there an auto mop? How is there an auto mop? An iMop?
There is an iMop, and it was deeply discounted on Woot a few days ago, and now it is all over the floor.
I don't even know what it would do. Would it get like? Does it like come out of the thing and it's pre-wet and then it goes all over your floor and then you slip and die and kill yourself and then it says ha 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 and it goes back into its little lodging area and then when people come, Woot says, "Told you." That's why it was on Woot, because nobody would buy it.
When the machines rise up, Amy, dear machines, Amy is not your friend.
When the monkeys come,
they're coming
my
for
sister
you.
My sister used to have a phrase. I gotta get it because she used to say it so often. I was like, I'm gonna embroider that shit on the pillow and give it to you. I've got to remember what the heaven. When the monkeys come to pick your bones or something like this. She had this crazy sentence, and it was the kind of thing she said it so often. I kind of thought people said it, and then I said it somewhere else, and they're like, "Who and why are you?" And
that is
like,
not a thing. Thank you, Gina. No.
Okay.
That is not a thing.
Tell me about your creepy death robot that's going to come and sloop up all your floors.
Yeah. So it has a pad on the bottom that you wash in the washing machine and put back on. So it has a pad on the bottom, but it goes around your house, and every once in a while it stops and goes psh, psh, just like a Swiffer wet jet. It goes psh,
oh, it spooges. It self-spooges on the floor.
Correct. That is the case.
Oh.
So I went to bed last night and I
okay.
said to my spouse, which one is running tonight? The vacuum or the mop? Like, are they going to have at it? Like, are they going to have a war? Are we going to have tiny little moplets when we wake up in the morning? What is the gestation period of a robot? Like, I have so many questions. Are they dueling at night? Do you? Because the vacuums.
It's like Toy Story. It's a fucking party on your floor.
It is.
That's what happened when you go to bed.
It is.
She's asleep. Let's go spooge the floor. Yeah.
Which is
that's what they're doing.
The only way I would allow spooge on my floors is while I'm asleep.
You say that. Yeah. Oh, while you're asleep. Okay, gotcha. Copy that. What? What's that?
Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. Dear listener.
Oh, that's the show. That's the whole show. I'm not looking at the board today, so I don't even know what's happening.
I didn't really look at the board either, but I will tell you that, I got a
Fuck you, because we don't stick to it anyway.
Do you know, previous weeks I've said, here's my new favorite game. I'll just share this with you, dear listener, before we bid you a farewell. My new favorite game happened this week, at the very beginning of this week, when my girlfriend came over to pick up something I picked up at Costco for her, and she said, here, I'm playing this new game. Floaters, dandruff, or snow? Floaters, dandruff, or snow? How old are we that we have to guess, is something happening inside my eye? Is it a weather event, or do I need to shower? One of those things is happening, and there's white flakes at some point. Floaters, dandruff, or snow. Thank you, Soft Shell, for that game. And, dear listener, thank you for turning us on. I hope we turned you on in some way, although I can't imagine how. I hope it wasn't with dandruff or snow or my robots mating.
Or floor spooge.
Floor spooge. We love you so much. Come back next week. Tell your friends all about us. Check for new TikToks that Amy puts out. And remember, when you are feeling good and you want other people to know it, take your arms, throw them right up into the air in the Y formation,